The era of Whoop's dominance in the fitness tracking and health wellness space might be coming to an end because the competitors are getting really good really quickly. Today, we're taking a look at this guy. This is the Helio strap from AmazFit. Horrible name, I know, but this band is $99 US and does so many of the same things that the Whoop band does with zero subscription, zero additional costs. This is a pretty incredible price point, and it's cheaper than this Ultra Human Ring Air that I'm wearing. It's cheaper than the Muse Ring 1 that I'm wearing. It is super cost effective and absolutely a direct shot, and even a little bit of a direct knockoff, if we're being honest, of the Whoop band. Is it worth the price point? And how does it work? And does it really go toe-to-toe with the likes of Whoop and others in the health and wellness tracking space? I've been using mine for a couple of weeks, so let me tell you what I think about it and whether or not you might want to buy this for yourself. So let's start at the beginning. The AmazFit, just like the Whoop, is a health wellness fitness tracking band that straps onto your wrist. Now, I will say right off the hop that the band is not quite as nice as what Whoop has done. It's pretty straightforward, just standard nylon, and it does Velcro on. Whoop's is much more elegant. There's not a ton in the box. You just get the AmazFit band itself on said nylon strap, and you get the charging puck. And this is definitely another spot where the Whoop has a leg up on the Helio strap because this product must be removed from your wrist to be charged. It sits on the little charging puck. It does magnetize quite nicely, but you have to physically remove it from your wrist and place it on the charger in order to recharge the device. Whoop has that battery pack that slides right on top. That's still kind of the best in the business because you can continue to monitor, get your metrics and your readings without having to stop using the device. It's very clutch. Something tells me that Whoop probably has a patent or something on that technology because I haven't seen it emulated in any other fitness tracking device out there yet. But that doesn't change the fact that the battery life on the Helio strap is just as good as what Whoop is doing on their band. I've averaged about 8 or 9 days on a single charge and haven't really had to worry about it whatsoever. And although the band, as I said, isn't quite as nice and robust as what Whoop is doing, it feels just fine on the wrist. It's still quite comfortable to wear for extended periods of time. It's the same form factor in terms of height. It's only about 20 grams in weight as well. So very lightweight, easy enough to wear. And if the strap form factor versus the ring form factor is what you like, what you prefer, then it looks just as good as a standard Whoop band would. You can wear it all the time. It's waterproof, so you can swim with it, you can shower with it, all that good stuff. Functionally, it is exactly the same as a Whoop band is. Just like the Whoop band, of course, no display on the Helio band. It just has all of those sensors packed on the bottom. And just like Whoop, there is a small vibration motor, so you can use alarms, but it's not very strong. I think Whoop does a better job on the vibration side. This is a very close, dare I say, carbon copy of a Whoop band in terms of fit, finish, and function. Now, if you haven't seen my recent Ultra Human Ring Air review, which I put out a couple of weeks ago, you should go and check that out because as I mentioned when I was talking about the Ultra Human Ring Air, the sensors in this ring, because of its form factor and limited battery capabilities, they're not 24/7 monitoring. So something like a Whoop band does a much better job of getting accurate vitals and health and wellness and fitness tracking data because it is tracking all the time. And the Helio strap from AmazFit is exactly the same as the Whoop, so it is constantly tracking all of your metrics, and that relays into very accurate real-world data that you can actually use in a much more tangible way than what you're going to get with, say, the Ultra Human Ring Air or any of its real competitors in sort of the ring wearable space, which there are quite a few offerings in, such as the Muse Ring 1, the Oura Ring, the Ringcon, etc. These devices, because they're form factors, they're on your wrist, they have a bit more juice, a bit more battery life to play with. They can do these measurements and these sensor readings in a much longer way. This is, again, just like with the Whoop band, the way to go if you want to ensure your data is the most accurate representation of what's actually happening in your body. The Helio strap measures your heart rate variability, your sleep, blood oxygen levels, stress levels, exertion levels, your workouts, and a bunch of other stuff using the sensors on the device. And you can use the AmazFit Zepp companion app to explore a number of different workout routines and exercise circuits that actually sync real time and can give you data as you do your workouts. So much like the Whoop, this is geared towards a performance athlete or an athlete of some sorts who is taking their health and wellness more seriously. Whereas, as I said in my Ultra Human Ring Air review, that device is more of a casual use. You get a very high level point of data and understanding of what's going on in your body, but it's not giving you the detailed insight that a tracker such as the Whoop or this Helio strap is going to get you. There's too many limitations with something this size that you do not have with something this size. And that Zepp app can also integrate with stuff like Strava for even more insight and data consolidation, which is pretty cool. You don't see that with many of the other competitors out there, even on the Whoop side. And as far as the companion app is concerned and the data that is coming out of this strap, I find it to be pretty accurate and insightful. And like the Whoop band, it's doing a lot of things that are much higher level and more detailed to give you a better overall view of your health and wellness. For example, there's sleep health assessments, so you can see if you're at risk of any sleep disorders. Every morning when you wake up, the application asks you to go through a nightly review, so you know, oh, last night I drank coffee too late and that affected my resting heart rate and that reduced my sleep performance. All of this good insight and data is available, and it is quite accurate. Compared to the Ultra Human Ring Air and the Muse Ring 1, where sometimes it says I've got a great night's sleep, even though I'm running on 5.5, 6 hours of actual rest, the data coming out of the Helio strap seems to be far more accurate and just differently weighted and measured in a way that more realistically reflects how I actually feel as I go throughout my day. It also has some other more unique, more advanced features like calorie tracking, heart health recording, and just like the Whoop, the Helio strap also has the fantastic ability to automatically detect your workouts. So with something like the Ultra Human where you have to prompt it to start a workout, you can just start going into your routine and the band will detect the change in your heart rate, the change in your exertion levels, and start to compute that and process that as a exercise. This is a key feature for anybody who really wants to use these for tracking your workouts or your exercise routines in a more serious way. The rings just aren't there yet. These bands definitely have this way better nailed. And much like what the Ultra Human Ring Air does with its stress rhythm monitor, there is a stress monitor here on the Helio strap and the Zepp app as well. But I will say, I found that the Ultra Human was consistently saying all the time that I was in a stressed level. I don't know why, but the data from the Helio is far more accurate. For example, right now I'm recording this video and it says I'm at a 14 stress level. Very relaxed is what it says. And that's how I feel. Whereas the Ultra Human says I am stressed right now. I don't know. The data coming out of here, just far more accurate and more representative of reality. Although this would be fine if you just want to track steps and that sort of thing. But I wouldn't really count on it for heart health, oxygen health, or even stress health as far as that's concerned. And all of this comes together to make me really comfortable recommending the Helio strap to most of you out there. Unless you are like top tier athlete and you want to make sure you've got the best on the market, so you have the best data analytics possible, then I think Whoop is still your way to go. This band for $100 US is getting you 95% of the way there with no recurring fees, and you just set up and go. It is very easy. You lose a couple of the nice touches that the Whoop has, again with the charging and with the ability to swap straps and make it more personalized. But for what it is, the AmazFit Helio strap seems to be a pretty amazing value proposition. But as always, what do you guys think about the AmazFit Helio strap? Are you interested in one? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you a Whoop fan or user and maybe want to change over to something a little bit more cost effective? Let's have a conversation as always down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again soon in the next one.